Hi everyone, it's Donna from Spaceman Paper Crafts, and I am back with my first official design team video for Louise at Thompson's Craft Supplies, and I'm going to be using, I showed these in my design team package unboxing video. I'm going to be using these Stamping Bella dragons. They come in a set of 4. They're so cute, so I'm going to be using those. I've already stamped them out, I've coloured them, and I've got a Versamark embossing pen, and I just embossed the wings and the spikes on the tail and the head, just to give them a little bit of sparkle. So I don't know if I'm going to be using all of them, or you know, 1 or 2 of them. I don't know yet. I'm just it's going to be a bit of trial and error to see. So I'm also going to be using some distress oxides. I'm going to be using Worn Lipstick and Broken China, and I'm going to be using some other lawn fawn bits and pieces. So first thing is, I've got a piece of cardstock here. This is Bristol Smooth cardstock, which is great for ink blending and things like that. And I want to create a background. I don't normally do white on white cards, but I just thought this time I might just give it a go and see what it turns out like. I've got an idea in my head about how I want it to look, but whether it'll get there or not, I don't know. And then what I've done, I've tried this out to get the right consistency of ink. I've cut this piece using one of the stitched cloud dies. Is it the puffy cloud dies? I can't remember. Stitched, I think it's the stitched clouds. Yeah, because the puffy dies are different. This is the stitched cloud die. And instead of actually using it as the clouds, I wanted to ink it to create my clouds, but use the distress inks instead. So what I've discovered is that you really have to have a very, very light hand and hardly any ink. So I'm going to see how this works. I'm hoping it does. I've got another piece of cardstock just in case it doesn't, but I'm just going to start on the cardstock and slowly just to give an edge on the paper, just so it's really light, but because it's white, see, just like that. I think that looks really cute actually. I'll do a little bit more down here, and it's nice, it just adds, it's very sort of whimsical, and just, but you really need hardly any ink whatsoever on your ink blending tool. I might just do a whole piece across that way, and then I'll mix in some, I'll do some of the blue as well. Okay, we're really starting to fade on the ink now, so I'm going to have to press a little bit harder. That's okay, and I'm going to put a tiny bit more ink on and then just scrape some of it off. So that's what I've had to do here, just to get the right consistency, or the right strength level of the ink rather. And then let's come down here. I think this this is a really nice technique, just if you do like whimsical cards, instead of actually having a full background, it's just really sweet, I think. I'm not sure actually if I'm going to add any of the blue. I think I might just stick to the pink. I just want something little down here. It's nice when you have an idea in your head and it actually works, which doesn't always happen with me, but I love that. That's really pretty. So I'm going to pop that to one side. I'm going to call that background done, because I don't want to do too much. I really like that. So now to build our little scene. I've also cut out some of the puffy cloud dies, and I might just give those a little ink on the edges, just to take the sort of stark whiteness off. Again, not too much ink, just to give a little bit of something on the edges, so as I say, they're not stark white. Whoops. I'm going to have to get the dies for these dragons. I absolutely love them. Okay, so I'm thinking, see, I want this, oh, where's it gone now? Where's my die gone? Yeah, I want this thinking about you sentiment to go across the bottom, but what I want to do is I'm going to ink up this piece of cardstock, and I'll do that now actually before we build the card, because I need to know where everything's going to go. So I am going to use the broken china here, and I'm just going to get a scrap piece. I just want to ink up, just to dye my piece the colour. This is a lovely colour, it goes really well. And these oxide inks, they're not like distress inks, because they're a mixture of pigment and dye ink, so you get the qualities of both really, and there's not you don't get the harsh lines, so you can blend in all different directions and you don't get the harsh lines as you would do on the with the distress inks. I'm just going to colour that in just to get my sentiment. Okay, so I'm just going to die cut this and I'll be right back. Okay, I've just die cut that out of my the dyed piece of Bristol smooth cardstock, and I'm just going to bring in my card piece now and just try and build the scene. Just thought I'd get some foam tape for the clouds, it'll be easier. I really like how that turned out actually. I'd love to do it on a larger scale, like on a bigger piece. And have him, actually I can put him up on tape. What I did as well when I cut these out was I have a Memento Tuxedo Black marker, so I just went around the edges and it just sort of covers up any white bits or any bits that you missed and just makes it look more finished. So yeah, so all the dies that I've used are Lawn Fawn. So this one is the puffy clouds. No, it's not, it's the stitched clouds. These are the puffy clouds. What other dies did I use? I think that was it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get the dies for these little dragons. They're so cute. I'm just going to have him peering out at the top there. The longest part of actually doing this card was the it probably took longer to cut them out than it did to colour them. I used my Zig real brush markers. I'm actually just starting to gather a collection of Copic markers. So if anybody knows anyone who's getting rid of any Copic markers, just let me know. I don't know if I should leave it at that. And then maybe put some, some, whoops, that's my paper trimmer. Maybe put some glitter sprinkles, a couple of blue ones, a couple of pink ones, just dot them around. I think I will do that actually. I have got a Xyron machine, but it's yeah, it's playing up at the minute, so I'll just get some cardstock. Yeah, so it's just being a bit of a pain at the minute, because I would have just run it through there and it would have been fine. But this glue pen's okay. And then let's try and line that up. It's hard to see if it's straight when I'm looking at it at that angle. Just snip that little end off there. I'm going to put it onto the card base, and then we will we'll take it from there and see what we need on it. Oh, ATG is playing up again. This machine, I've come to the conclusion that just does not like me at all. Maybe it is because I'm left-handed, I don't know. Okay. And then I might just, I don't have to add some, actually I'll add the hearts. I'll add some little heart sprinkles. Oh yeah, that'll be enough to finish it off. Won't make it look so bare then. Just put another pink one in there. And there we go. I actually really like how that turned out. I love how the background turned out. I'm really pleased with the background. Yeah, I'm just going to grab my Spectrum Noir sparkle brush pen. You have to be careful with this when you're doing it over coloured images, because it sometimes picks up the colour on the brush. I don't know if you can see the shine on it there. But yeah, so there is my first official design team project for Thompson's Craft Supplies, using the Stamping Bella dragons, the Worn Lipstick Distress Oxide ink, and some Lawn Fawn dies. So thanks so much guys for watching, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye for now.